What up, y'all? Well, let's get the story straight here. Let's go on and get the story straight. First of all, we got people out here now that Sillyman, or like I like to call the Riddler, has came out and said that, what did he say? He basically said something on the lines that Tyson Fury is going to be the mandatory, and then Whyte is going to be the mandatory in 2021. Well, making Tyson Fury the mandatory in 2020 is a good thing, because that right there is going to stop the ducking, right? That right there is going to stop the ducking of Tyson Fury and mandate them to fight. Then if they can't come to an agreement on everything and stuff like that, then it will just go to purse bid. Then we'll figure out some more stuff from there. But that's just not it. We have people saying that gives Dillian Whyte extra ammunition to sue the WBC. Now then we go into the lines of sue for what? That's where we go straight into sue for what? Dillian Whyte got what he wanted. He got the mandatory spot. And in turn, guess what he did? Unbeknownst to anybody, he got in the ring with D and Ball. And not only with that, he got with in the ring with D and Ball, there are some glove issues. I.e., don't know if it's quite confirmed, but from reliable sources state that nobody checked his gloves. Not only did nobody check his gloves after the fight, from what the reports say, he used a different pair of gloves that was agreed upon by both parties before the fight. And the excuse is that somebody took his gloves. Well, if somebody took your gloves, why didn't you call a representative for Oscar Rivas to come down there and take a look at the gloves to see if it was okay for the fight, instead of just putting them on and showing up in the ring and everybody like, what the fuck? Right? So let's go back to it. Sue for what? Because I told you guys, D involved, right? The system. He popped. Nobody would have known unless it was leaked. If it wasn't leaked, the WBC wouldn't have been talking about suspending Dillian Whyte or anything. Well, technically, can't even really call it suspension. We're going to call it his rankings is held for review until further notice. Until the WBC can hold their own investigation, because that's what their rules state. You pop with anybody, whether or not it's VADA, UCAD, USADA, WADA, whatever. We reserve the right to do our own investigation, right? So sue for what? If you pop for steroids, how can you sue, and sue for what? If the WBC rules state that if you pop, we reserve to do our own investigation, and then UCAD, which is employed by Triple BOC for all of his fights, and Triple BOC is ran by the UK government, UCAD refuses to give up the information because their rules state that they don't have to give it to the WBC. Their rules state they don't have to inform the other party that Dillian Whyte fought, that Dillian Whyte popped for Dynaball, or like I like to say, D and Ball, because that's what he put in his mouth. So sue for what? What you gonna sue for? How you gonna sue somebody when you the one who got caught, when you the drug cheat? And let's just say for allegedly, you're a drug cheat allegedly. And then you got Dillian Whyte coming on the mic. We waiting on the WBC to issue an. We waiting for UCAD to issue a statement to let him fight or not. You see what I'm saying? To say he was say he was clean or not. So if he's not clean, then what? Do we have a conundrum if he's not clean? If he's not clean, are you still going to say that Dillian Whyte can sue the WBC? If he is clean, what can he sue for? When you clearly had something going on to where the WBC wanted to know whether or not you were fit to fight in their rankings. Because obviously it's apparent that you have an investigation with UCAD. So yes, they should be allowed to make sure that you were making ethical choices. And if you can't give nothing up, and if UCAD don't want to give nothing up, then you should be in the predicament that you are right now, held for fucking review. And if you don't believe that, and if you don't believe that, that is your business. If you don't believe that, that is clearly your business, man. That is clearly your business, if that's what you choose to want to believe. But I know for a fact that when it comes to Dillian Whyte suing the WBC because of what they did, because they gave him the mandatory, and then he's on the verge of losing his position because of Dillian Ball, motherfucker can't sue. Sue for what? That's what I want to know. Now, if you want to come, if y'all in my comment section, ask yourself this: sue for what? And I want you to explain what Dillian Whyte is going to sue for. I want you to explain it. What exactly is Dillian Whyte going to sue for? And who? Because obviously, it is obvious. I'm not even a motherfucking lawyer. And I know the WBC got him by the balls. I know UCAD is the one that's hindering everything. And you know what? I don't even think Dillian Whyte want to give up that info. Even if Dillian Whyte was bold, even if he was bold to say, fuck them, you're not going to ruin my career, I'm going to release the info. Right? Even if he was bold enough to do that, he'd still be guilty. You can't run from Dillian Ball, man. You can't run from it. It's all up in your system, boy. It sucks. But in life, you gotta take your licks. You gotta straight out take your licks, man. You had Dillian Ball in your system. Take your licks. Like a man. Own your mistakes. Get up in there. Do what you gotta do. If you feel like fighting it, that's fine. Do what you gotta do to protect yourself. But you fucked up. It ain't WBC's fault. It ain't Wilder's fault. It ain't Tyson Fury's fault. And then you want to say, WBC did this to Louis King Kong. They let Louis King Kong Ortiz slide. First of all, they didn't let him slide. Second of all, they proved that he needed to be on medication for high blood pressure. And it's not a far-fetched it's not far-fetched. How many black people have high blood pressure, hypertension? What do you take for hypertension? Water pills. What are water pills? Diuretics. Can you take diuretics? Yes. You have to be approved to take it, but there's nothing saying that overall they would be banned, because it's, from my understanding, it would be therapeutic, because the water pills won't be causing an advantage. You see what I'm saying? Now, the word can be used as a masking agent. It says can. It doesn't mean it can mask Dillian ball and all this stuff, which I don't know if it could. Can it? Can it possibly? What percentage can it, like, hide Dillian ball or any other steroid or any other performance enhancer? But obviously he got in the ring with on medication. He had a prescription. And the prescription wasn't annotated on the Vita form. And then what happened with Louis King Kong Ortiz? He almost couldn't fight medically because he couldn't get medically cleared. So he had to jump through hoops to get in the ring. And then not only that, at least you have Deontay Wilder, who was notified of the situation. At least he was notified of the situation. Oscar Rivas wasn't. Deontay Wilder at least chose to get in the ring with Louis King Kong Ortiz. Oscar Rivas choice wasn't made up for him. His choice was made for him. They took Oscar Rivas' choice away. So all in all, it really doesn't matter what happened with Louis King Kong Ortiz. It all matters who had PEDs, performance enhancing drugs, in their system. Who popped? Dillian Whyte popped. You can't go and say Ortiz. You can't make Ortiz an excuse for somebody that put steroids in a system. And then even if you want to make that an excuse, where does it end? Where do you draw the line? When do you draw the line for when people should be punished for PEDs or adverse finding, should I say? Where does the line start and when does it start? Even if you want to say that King Kong Ortiz they allowed him to fight because of whatever, does that give Dillian Whyte the right to step in the ring when we all know he got Dillian ball in the system, dying the ball? Does that give him the right? Should it start there, or should we say, nah, let's get the next dude? When does it start? And when does it end? The time should be now. The time should be every single time somebody fucking pops. It shouldn't be, what about the last guy? What about the other guy? You know? Shout outs to the LDBC, and everybody stay sucker free.